can't do it, so I have no idea. Stencils, and before you know it's like when you used to watch Bob Ross at the beginning of the painting, you'd always say, this guy's not going anywhere with this. This guy's going to fail on this one. Finally, Bob Ross is not going to get the job done on this one. And then lo and behold, by God, by the end of the painting, Bob Ross has the best landscape you've ever seen, and you thought he was going to mess up. And the same thing here. I mean, he starts out with a canvas. There's a bunch of scribbles on it. You think, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. What kind of hack did Clarke hire here? And then by the end of it, look at what we got. Brent Houzenga, everybody, on the live art, doing a $1,200 piece in front of everybody. That's awesome. We're going to set Brent down. He's going to close out the night in this room. He's going to play with his band Radiant Hearts. We're going to do an interview with him. We're going to pick his brain a little bit because he is a very interesting guy. He's got a documentary written about him. And then we can go next door and everybody can sing their favorite songs with the live karaoke. So let's do that. So we got Brent Houzenga. He just did his portrait. And now we're going to listen to a little bit of his music. But first we're going to pick his brain for a little bit in his band. What's the band's name here?
Radiant Hearts.
Radiant Hearts, and who do we got?
This is Josh on bass.
Josh on bass.
Mario on drums.
Mario on drums. He's going to tap someone's ass out at the end of the night. It wouldn't take much. I mean, hell, you get on top and they're gone. All right. Okay, so how do you interpret the whole process of getting poked on Facebook? What does that mean?
Getting poked?
Yeah. Someone pokes you. How do you?
It's a flirt thing, yeah. I think.
Okay, that's what I thought. Good. Explain your emotions that you feel when you receive a Farmville request on Facebook.
Indecision. That's what I feel.
Indecision? Okay. You're going to plead the fifth?
I ignore that. That's what happens.
How important is social media to an artist, musician right now?
Very.
Very? Have you sold anything?
It's good for just letting everybody know what you're doing, man.
Do you think that there's a gap that's hard to bridge for the average person in the overload of information? How does a person find who's real, who's good, and who's not when there's so much out there?
I don't know.
Decipher for yourself.
I just don't look at anything.
You got nothing but time. That's a good. But so you can't expect people to live by that philosophy, or you have to. Someone has to look at your art, but you're the hermit. You just stay low key in the bat cave and do your thing.
When people tell me about stuff, that's when I like
trusted
real
sources.
people.
Who's your trusted source that you use? Do you have a brother, sister, or mom, dad?
No, I don't have a brother or sister or mom or dad.
Jesus.
I was born in a test tube. Josh is a trusted source. My buddy Van is a trusted source.
So if they say, watch this movie, you rent that movie?
Maybe. But there's some sites that I go to look at art.
What's the number one? What's on your? Do you have a favorite? Do you put favorites on your?
Well, I don't really, but Wooster Collective. It's pretty Wooster Collective.
WOOSTER?
Yes, correct.
Collective.com. Okay, if anybody likes Brent, respects his opinion, Brent. I'm sorry, I keep calling you Brent.
Bastard.
Too much.
Is that street legal?
Too much of my good friend beer.
Can I say that?
Is abstract art something that artists make on lazy days, like when they have like writer's block?
No.
What is abstract art? It only means something. It's just open to interpretation.
Well, I mean, I guess there's no figure, there's no landscape, there's no distinguishable thing.
But there's less of a stringent criteria for abstract art than if you're actually, if you're doing a portrait of somebody, it either looks like them or it doesn't.
I agree.
You can paint something in your sleep and call it abstract, and that would be.
Sure. But I am doing a new series of abstract paintings.
Is it easier to do?
No, it's about the same.
It's about the same? You put just as much art and soul into it?
Well, yeah, my stuff is kind of a mix. You know, I put the portraits in there.
You gotta have an abstract background.
You can see that this is mostly abstract.
Right.
So.
Does every piece that you do, does it come from somewhere initially, and you remember, every time you look at that piece, does that come back to you, the place you were in?
Yeah, it's kind of about a moment in time.
Is there any specific meaning to this one? any inspiration that you can remember?
Well, I've been painting people from the 1890s for like 5 years, so most of the women are not good looking. I mean, they're good looking, but they're like stoic and like
they're not Barbie,
covered.
They're not Barbie dolls.
Well, this isn't a Barbie doll either, but so I've wanted to do a series of good-looking, sexy women for a while, and this is one of those.
So you got the homely collection and the hot collection.
Yeah, something like that.
Just a couple more questions. Discuss. We discussed last night the documentary Exit Through the Gift Shop. Do you think is that movement? Is he the leader of the street movement? Is that is he the go-to guy for street art, Banksy?
I think he's the hallmark of street art.
Right. He's the Walmart brand and he's become that. He didn't initially start out as that, did he?
No. But yeah, I mean, everybody who sees what I do, or they ask me what I do, and I'm like this or that, like, oh, have you seen Exit Through the Gift Shop? Yeah, I have.
Okay, so assuming that people within your scene have seen Exit Through the Gift Shop, what's your interpretation of that film?
My interpretation is that the art world sucks, and just do whatever the fuck you want to do.
And someone's gonna
rip you off.
Fair enough. All right, what would you think about a sculpture of Michelle Bachmann in the sculpture park? Would it be the scariest one down there?
No, it'd be pretty sexy, actually.
Okay. Do you think that the sculpture garden helps or hurts the Des Moines art scene?
I don't think it does anything for the scene. It's cool for the town. It brings people here. I guess it does a little bit for the scene. It brings people here and they're like, oh, art in Des Moines, cool.
Right. Okay. There you go. That is the mind of Brent Houzenga, and here is the music.
A fraction
of the music.
Even with these blunders, I still feel swell. Things are going my way, even though you can't tell. I'm positive, that's my state of mind. Even with these blunders, the sun still shines. This too shall pass, dear, and we'll be alright. I'm positive, I'll let my light shine. Freedom, well, I got mine. Just because you hate me, girl, doesn't mean you're not fine. I'm positive you'll be alright. Some people think I'm fake. What you gonna do? I think they're just jealous, 'cause I do what I do. I'm positive I have fun all the time. Even with these blunders, the sun still shines. This too shall pass, dear, and we'll be alright. should be mine. You guys are all right.